Hey guys, Mian, and this is Beauty with Me. Have I got a quiz for you? I am wearing a $24 eyeshadow on one side of my face and a $5 eyeshadow on the other. Can you tell which is which? Let me know in the comments what your guess is, because today we are duping Stila liquid eyeshadows. So I've got a collection of shadows here today. Most of them are from the Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow line, which is the super glittery collection. I reviewed the shade Smoldering Satin, which every time I read just looks like Smoldering Satan to me. But I reviewed that in another video, so check it out because I really put it to the test. I love these eyeshadows. I don't think I've tried an eyeshadow that's exactly like it. They're so unique. The colors are so beautiful. The glitter in them is so fine yet so impactful. Obviously, I told you guys I did that video, and I did notice in the comments that some of you guys were saying that they are a little pricey at $24. I totally feel you. So I decided to find some alternatives that'll give you a similar look. So without further ado, let's get into it. First dupe we have is for the Stila Shimmer and Glow shadow in Jezebel. It's a metallic shadow versus the Glitter and Glows, which are very glittery. Obviously, they're called Glitter and Glow. It's a beautiful metallic, kind of like rose goldy bronze. So pretty. And I think I found one that's so similar, and it is the Wet n Wild Megalast Liquid Catsuit in the shade Shells and Whistles. Applicator is kind of similar too. Like, it's not as flexible as the Stila one, but it has the same kind of doe foot applicator that's a little bit more on the flat side. So they look ridiculously similar. They have a very similar metallic finish. They're both really pigmented, as you can see. The Stila side is just a hair more on the pink side, but honestly on the lids, you can't even tell. And I'm going to show you, because I'm going to wear them. I'm gonna do Stila on my right eye and Wet n Wild on my left eye. Did you guess right? Let me know in the comments. I have a base on, which is just like a matte, warm brown shadow from this new palette from Milani. It's called Most Love Matte. So I'm just gonna swipe it on. Look how pigmented these are. The Stila shadows retail for $24 and the Wet n Wild ones retail for $4.99, so definitely a huge difference in price there. I'm gonna do the same thing on my left lid with the Wet n Wild. Confirmation from my producer Megal, they look the same! I think the Wet n Wild one sets faster than the Stila one, so if you are gonna do any detailed work where you need to blend it or move it, I would say work quickly. The Wet n Wild liquid catsuits come in a bunch of different shades. There's some silver ones, some blue ones. I would highly recommend getting those. I have many other dupes for you. This is the only one actually that I have in the Shimmer and Glow line, so the metallic shades. Everything else is super glittery, and it's gonna be real fun. First up, we have the shades Smoldering, Satin, and Smoky Storm. Now these are actually very similar shades from the Stila Glitter and Glow line. Do not worry, I'm not saying they're a dupe for each other, but I'm just saying that we found something that is very similar, kind of in the middle of both shades. On the right side here we have Smoky Storm, and then right here on the left is Smoldering Satin. Love this shade, it's so glittery. I mean, as you can see, it's like, wow. I think I found a drugstore alternative that is really similar. This is the REVLON PHOTOREADY Eye Art dual-sided shadow. This is the shade Twinkle Topaz. It retails for $9.99, and on one side, it has a doe foot applicator and a really pretty metallic kind of base shade. You can obviously wear this shade all over the lid if you want, or you can top it with the other side, which is the glitter topper. So this is just the first layer, which is the metallic side. Here's the glitter topper. It is a very glittery gold, and it comes with a brush. So what you can do is layer it on top of your base, like so, and then let that dry on your lids before you do anything crazy with your eyes. But as you can see, because of the gold color in the Revlon eye art pens, it looks a little bit closer on the Smoky Storm side, but I think that since Smoky Storm and Smoldering Satin are so close, it could really be a dupe for either. So next up, we have a dupe for the Stila shadow in Molten Midnight. Molten Midnight is this beautiful opaque black with this silver, kind of silver and gold glitter running through it. It is so beautiful. I mean, look at that. Imagine like doing a smoky eye with this shade. It's good. Keeping with the Revlon PHOTOREADY eye arts, I have two shades here that you can use to kind of create a shade that looks very similar to Molten Midnight. I have the shade Black Brilliance, and I'm going to use the black metallic side of the pen. And again, these are so pigmented. You really only need one swipe. So you can obviously use the eye arts as they're intended. You can wear this frosty white over the black, but since we're trying to go for a similar look to Molten Midnight, I actually have another shade of the same product, which is called Desert Dazzle. Now, Desert Dazzle has this amazing glittery gold side. They're super similar. It doesn't have as much of the silver on the Revlon side, but still has a really similar effect. And I actually think the Revlon black is actually more opaque than the Stila black. So it's really kind of what you're going for, you know? All right, last but not least is this beautiful shade of the Stila Glitter and Glows, and it is Perlina. It is the prettiest frosty white with gorgeous blue and pink shimmer running through it. This is a pretty unique shade in terms of the glitter in this, but I found a few products that kind of give a similar vibe. So the first of which is this pigment from NYX. It's the shade Diamond. It retails for $6.49, and I know this is not a liquid shadow, but pigments are really versatile for a couple of reasons. You can wear it wet, which will really intensify the pigment. That's what we're gonna do today, but you can also wear them dry all over the lid. So what I'm gonna do is tap some product into the cap, and then I'm gonna take some of this setting spray. This is Kat Von D Lock-It. I'm gonna spray it directly into the cap. I'm just gonna mix it around and get some of that beauteous glitter onto my brush. So the NYX shimmer definitely isn't, I wouldn't consider it a color match dupe to Perlina, but in terms of the finish, I think the finish is very similar. So I actually have another product that can kind of give you a similar vibe, and that is the Makeup Geek Sparkler in the shade Light Year. Same deal with this one, it is a loose pigment, so I'm going to apply it to my hand the same way that I applied the NYX. This one retails for $10, so it's definitely more expensive than the NYX, but they're really beautiful and super sparkly. Like the NYX pigment, I'm not gonna say that they are color match dupes for Perlina, but they do have the same frostiness. The Makeup Geek Sparklers are, in my opinion, a little bit less, like they have less like obvious glitter than the Stila or the NYX, but when you apply them wet, they have this really beautiful iridescence quality to it. And this one actually, the shade Light Year, actually has a little bit of duochrome. You can see it kind of flipping from gold to like kind of like a greenish. It's really pretty. Last up, kind of an honorable mention for this particular category are these beautiful E.L.F. glitter gels. They retail for $4 and they are so beautiful. These are super glittery and pretty wet. Like if you want to put it all over the lid, you could do kind of like a wet glittery look, but I'll show them to you on. And I'm going to put them on thick just so that you can see what it looks like, but I do recommend, if you are going to buy these, applying them in sheer layers and letting it dry first, because it takes so long to dry down. This is Twinkle Pink, really pretty. It does have more pink in it than Perlina. Then there is Turquoise Twilight, which is really beautiful as well. Then we have a little Rose Gold. It's easy to go overboard on this though, so I would not apply this from the tube onto your eye. Definitely put it onto the back of your hand, use a brush, use your finger. And last but not least, my personal favorite in this selection, which is Gilded Bronze. Now, oh my gosh, this one is so pretty. These are really lovely if you want to go for a super glittery look, you can definitely get a really high impact look with it. Again, I would suggest layering it rather than going in with a really thick layer in one go, because it will take a very long time to dry. But if you work in layers, they do dry down. All right, and there you have it. Those are some alternatives to the Stila Glitter and Glows. The Stila shadows are so beautiful, and not gonna lie, we went through a lot of product, and finding like exact matches was tough. The dupes definitely will give you a similar look, and some of them, and a lot of them, are actually really long wearing, and it actually also depends on what you're looking for. I hope that this video provided some fun makeup inspiration. Maybe you're gonna go ahead and buy one of these things. If you do, please let me know what you think down below, and if you have any other products that are in this similar vein. I love glitter, and I would pretty much try anything that has glitter in it. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys next week. Bye! Thanks so much for watching, guys. Let me know what you want me to dupe next on Beauty With Me in the comments below, and click here to subscribe to Refinery29, and click here to watch my last video where I did a full 12-hour wear test on all NARS products. See you next time. Bye!